it worked. Okay. So this video is just going to be me going over my schedule of like how I'm able to, not always gracefully, but how I'm able to juggle all of the things that I have going on in my life. I'm a very visual person, and I've watched a couple of these videos where people talk about how they juggle their schedule, but I always wanted a visual. Like, I always wanted to see a visual. So this is the visual I made. I could have chose a little bit more aesthetically pleasing colors, but I didn't. I just chose colors. So at any given time in my schedule, in my weekly schedule, and I'm talking 7 days, Monday through Sunday, 7 days, this is what I'm looking at. There are some major things that I juggle, and this is kind of blocked off. I wonder if I can change. Oh, I can. I can put myself up in the corner. Okay, so any day, any week, any month, these are the things that I am always constantly juggling. These are the major pillars in my life. These are the major just things that I'm focusing on in my life. And of course, there's probably things that are not in this category, but these are what I'm trying to juggle every single day, every single week. So the first thing is, there's no order. There's no order. The first thing is what I deem to be as like wifehood. So when I think of wifehood, it's like my marriage, it's my husband, it's connecting with my husband, it's cleaning the house, it's cooking, it's doing my laundry, anything that is like wifely duties. I don't adhere to like stereotypical wife things like that. Like, it's not like super strict, but in my mind, it's like how things that I deem as being a good wife, a present wife. I'm really, really working on this area of my life after having a baby, because after you have a baby, that little tiny baby becomes everything to you and nothing else matters. And so I'm working on getting my connection back with my husband and leaning into my wifehood, which I've never really had to lean into before. So it's like connecting with my husband, spending time with him. If he's asking me to do something, saying yes, doing it promptly, all of those things. Next is motherhood. So it's very obvious. Anything that has to do with my baby. I have a 13-month-old and she's breastfed, so that takes up a lot of time. I work on her like developmental skills, so her walking, her talking, her playing. I make all breakfast, lunch, and dinner for her. Milestones, nap time, anything that has to do with having a baby goes in pink. Next is Alder and Stone. Alder and Stone is my interior design business. I've had it for 3 years and I love it. It's my passion. I can't say enough good things. And so, of course, there's a bunch of business stuff that comes with that. So some main things that I have to focus on every single week are client meetings, sourcing product, drafting, project management, site meetings, meeting with contractors, phone calls, emails, all of that stuff. So I work on that a ton, and it bleeds into my life. So, and then next is the Designers Hub, which is a company that I co-founded with my co-founder. And so that is mostly not Zoom meetings, but just video meetings. I run the social media development. We're still in like the new startup phase for that company. And so there's just a lot of development, like a lot of conversations about pricing, who's our target audience, and just like that kind of stuff. Next is my grandpa's estate. So I'm the personal representative of my grandfather's estate. And so there's like a whole task list of things that come with that. And it really is like a job. And so I'm constantly on phone calls. I'm constantly scheduling things. We were liquidating his property. it's just mainly a ton of emails, phone calls, scheduling, and things like that. Next is my family and what I call like sister duties. So I have a little brother and sister. They're not even little. My little brother is 24 and then my sister just turned 18. So I'm not the oldest, but I am the second oldest. And our mother passed a few years ago. And so, very naturally, I've just kind of taken over a couple of like things that our mom would have done for us or for them. So, like helping them through college and navigating FAFSA, navigating how to get their license, like all of these things. And so, I label that as like sister duties because they're always, my little brother and sister come to me for everything and I don't mind helping them. So like resumes, if they need help creating a resume, I'll help them with that. So there's always something that I'm doing for my siblings. And then also for my dad. My dad is, he's not old, but he's older. And he doesn't really like do the internet stuff. And so he always has me doing printing something, posting something, always something. And then friends. So I like to hang out with my friends once or twice a week. May not be every week, but I try to get in time with my friends. So we usually go on walks because I could bring Scarlett with me. We go to dinners, we go to brunch, we go shopping, like girly things. So I do that a couple times a month. And then on the very last one is self-care. And self-care, it just means anything that I'm doing for myself, anything that makes me happy, anything that fills my cup, anything that just centers me. And as a mom, and when as you can see, like I'm devoting a lot of my time to other people. And so it's really important for me to devote time to myself. And so some ways that I do like self-care is I go on walks. I love to go to my favorite coffee shop and do some journaling or just listening to podcasts. I like to go get massages, go get facials, go to the chiropractor. I don't do my nails, so I'm not like a nail girly. And sometimes it's just going to Target by myself, anything quiet. Or at night, reading a book. I even think of like scrolling on my phone as TikTok. I don't even have a TikTok. I like think of scrolling on my phone as self-care. I'm not one of those people that's like, oh, scrolling on your phone is awful. Scrolling on your phone is like the equivalent of like reading a newspaper back in the day. Anyways, so at any given time, any given week, this is where my time is going. I will say that the two things that I previously have been like most devoted to is my child and my business because I financially support myself. And so my business is really, really important so that I can be able to provide for my daughter and provide for my household. That's just how the cookie crumbles when you're a business owner. I love my business and I love that I can bring money into my household. And so it's really important to me. I am now trying to prioritize my marriage and wifehood and leaning into that. And so that's a work in progress. So, how this whole thing is laid out, this is very accurate. This is exactly how I think of my day. I am like one of those people who blocks out their day. Like I think naturally, like I think of my day in chunks. And so these are chunks of my day. And this is pretty much what my weeks look like and how I fit everything in. And of course, my house is always a mess. Laundry's always piled up. I think people think because I'm an interior designer that my house is like pristine. No, I'm a normal person and I work and I have a lot on my plate, sometimes too much on my plate. But this is just how I tackle it. So I don't even know if this is going to be interesting, but if you're a working parent, more so like you own your own business and you are your main childcare, you are your main, like how I take care of the house. then I think this would be helpful. So on Mondays, Mondays for me are a work day. So I work Monday, like I work part-time just for a couple of hours. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday is what my weeks look like as far as like getting work done for my businesses. And so my daughter is in I hope someone is knocking. I'm not answering. Maybe I am. Hi.
We're having a street put up on Monday, so just read that.
That's good to know. Thank you. Okay, just the building manager for my office building. Okay, so yeah, I work 10 to 2, which actually I work 10 to 1:30. So I work this day, I work right here, I work right here. And then my daughter's with my husband on Fridays all day. However long I need, she's with him all day. And so those are those days. But on Mondays in the mornings from like 8 to 9:30, I'm on mom duty. So that's why it's pink. Anything pink is like mama bear. I'm a mama. And so I nurse my baby. I pack her lunch for the day. I pack any of my like pumping supplies if I need to pump. I get myself ready. I get her ready. So yeah, I'm in mama mode. And so I drop her off, and on Mondays, I always have a founders meeting for the Designers Hub. I keep looking at myself, but I'm supposed to be looking here. I don't know. But on Mondays, I have a meeting for the Designers Hub. It's usually like an hour to an hour and a half where we just talk about like what are we doing for the week? What do we need to do, haven't done, all of these things. And then I also work on the Designers Hub social media on Mondays. Then I pick up my daughter at 1:30, and I think some moms, they try to like get work, like housework done during naps. I'm not that kind of mama. If I do that, that's fine. But I plan to get housework done when she's awake so that when she goes down for a nap, I can relax if I want to. Okay? Maybe I want to take a nap too. Anyways, so we go home. I pick her up at 1:30. We usually get home by 2, and I'm still in mama mode. I'll clean the kitchen. I usually clean the kitchen, and she just plays on the floor or she has lunch, something like that. And then she'll go down for a nap from 4 to 5. Sometimes it's 3:30 to 4:30, just depends. And she, for the most part, is a contact napper, and so she'll either nap in my arms or she'll lay next to me and nap. And sometimes I'll get up and like go do something, or sometimes I'll just lay next to her and let her nap because she naps better when she's with me. So I'll either relax during her nap, or I'll respond to emails, or really anything that I can do on my phone. I'll do during that time. And then after she wakes up, I'm in full mom mode. I'm not working. I'm not like really cleaning or taking care of the household. I'm just playing with her, making her lunch. We'll go to the park, or really anything, like working on her walking or working on her crawling, from 6 to 9. My husband does come home during that time, but he always comes home and is usually like has something to do. Either he's like working on our cars, or he's going up to our property, working on our property. And so he's sometimes is away or sometimes is with us. And then once she goes down, she's been going to bed at like 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. Don't ask me why. And so once she goes down at 9:30 or 10, from 10 to 11 is like time for me to hang out with my husband. Whether we watch a show, or we have dinner together, or we are cooking together, or whatever it is, I'm trying to spend time with him, like quality, uninterrupted time with him. So Tuesday, same thing in the morning, mama mode, nursing, pumping, getting her ready, all that stuff. And then from 10 to 1:30 is Alder and Stone. So Mondays, I only work on the Designers Hub stuff. And then Tuesdays, I only work on designers or Alder and Stone stuff. So that's either like putting together presentations or talking with contractors, going to site visits, whatever. I do that on Tuesdays. And then the same thing. I pick my daughter at 1:30, we go home at 2, and then from 2 to whenever she takes her second nap, I'm cleaning. And sometimes I don't want to. And if I don't want to, I don't do it. That's like the great thing about the dynamic in my household, that there's no expectations that I have to have the house clean every single day. And I do think that some husbands or partners do have that expectation, but my husband and me are very like flexible with each other. Okay. And that's the only way this works. If I had a husband who got very upset with me if our house is a disaster, it just wouldn't work for me. So yeah, I'll clean the living room, clean the kitchen. I'm cleaning something from 2 to 4. And then she goes down for her nap at 4, and then I'll work on the red. So stuff in red is for my grandpa's estate. So while she's napping next to me, I can be scheduling people. I can be responding to emails for my grandpa's estate. I could just be making lists, like I'm working towards something for my grandpa's estate during her nap. And then she wakes up from her nap, same thing, motherhood, mama stuff. We're going to the park. We might go to my dad's house. We might go play with my brother's dog. We might play in the pool. Like we have a little kiddie pool in the backyard. So we're doing something fun with my daughter. Once she goes down, usually like I try to split it up. So some nights is just I'm spending time. Maybe I'm watching football with my husband or doing something like that. And then some nights, like on Tuesday nights, I'll try to do something that's like self-care for me. So I'll edit a YouTube video, or I'll journal, or I'll mindlessly scroll on my phone, or I'll take a really long shower. Maybe I'll take a bath with some wine, with like a little cup of wine. So that's what I do. Wednesdays, she's not in daycare. She's not a sitter. Well, she doesn't go to daycare, but she goes to a sitter, and my best friend's mom watches her. And so all day I'm on mama mode, which is nice because then I don't have to like be anywhere. I don't have to do anything. It's just kind of more go with the flow. And so in the morning, same thing, mama mode. I'm nursing all morning long. I literally nurse all day long when it's Wednesdays because she's with me and I try to keep up my supply. So on the days where she's with me all day long, I'm nursing all day long to make up for not nursing when she's at childcare on other days. And so we usually do a nap on the go when she's with me on Wednesdays. And so we'll like go on a walk and she'll nap in the stroller, or we'll go on a drive and she'll nap in the car, and I can take phone calls during that drive. I can take phone calls during the walk. So I'm usually doing some phone calls for my grandpa's estate, or even for Alder and Stone. I'm doing phone calls for something. And then after that, we come home and I do laundry. I try to do laundry. I don't like doing laundry. I'm not good at it. But I'm doing laundry. I'm cleaning more. I'm probably cleaning the kitchen. I clean the kitchen multiple times a week. And so we're doing that. And then when she naps from 4 to 5, I'll even plan social media for the Designers Hub. I try to plan social media for both of my businesses during nap time because I can do it from my phone. And so I can lay next to her but be doing, working from my phone. And so I'll relax or I'll plan social media. And then when she wakes up from her nap, I usually have something that I could be doing for my grandpa's estate. Like I had to take stuff to FedEx and things like that. And then same thing in mama mode. I'm doing all the things. And then on Wednesdays, since like I'm not working, like there's no, as you can see, like I'm not working on Wednesdays. Wednesdays are like my day off. And so since it's my day off, I make dinner. I try to make dinner as much as possible, but it's just really, really, really hard when I work so much and I have so much going on in my life and my time is going to other people. It's really hard for me to make dinner. But on Wednesdays, I do try to make dinner, and I try to make dinner earlier because if I wait, we have dinner late. That's just our family dynamic. We've always done that. But if I wait to make dinner till like 8 o'clock at night, I just don't want to do it. So I'll make dinner at like 6, and we may not eat it till 8 or 9 or 10, but at least it's made and it's out of my life. And so I'll make dinner really early. And then Thursdays, my daughter's back at the sitter, and so I do the same thing in the morning, nursing, getting her ready, getting us both ready. And then I'll drop her off at the sitter from 10 to 1:30, and then I'll work on Alder and Stone stuff, site meetings, invoicing, all of that good stuff. And then I'll pick her up. I clean the kitchen. I'm doing some sort of cleaning. And then during her nap, I'll relax. Like, I do try to take like one nap a week where I'm just relaxing. I'm getting a load off because I have a lot going on mentally and like physically. The craziness of my schedule weighs on me physically. And so I definitely try to just take one of her naps to like rot on the couch or just rot. So relax. And then same thing, we'll go on like a family walk if my husband's home or really whatever. And then we'll one of at least 1 or 2 nights we have house planning because we're building a house, and my husband works in the residential construction industry, and then I work as an interior designer. And so we bought land and we're building a house, and so we're in the very beginning stages. I haven't recorded any videos about it because life moves about a mile a minute and I don't know how to record. I'm new to this recording thing, so I will. So we usually work on something that has to do with the house. Fridays, like I said, my husband is with our daughter all day long. I still have to wake up and nurse her. So I wake up and I nurse her. And then this is a day that I do any of my presentations. So if I have any kind of presentation client facing, I have it on that day. Any pitching, so if I'm trying to pitch to an architect or a developer or anything like that, that's on Fridays. And then I do my site visits, anything that I need to be present for like a long period of time, and I need to get into the mindset. Anytime that I have a presentation, it's like a mindset. Like I need time to like prepare. So I'll prepare and do all that. And then also on Fridays, I do pitching tasks for the Designers Hub. And in my mind, pitching tasks are talking to other people about the business. And so I'm trying to bring eyeballs to the Designers Hub and speak with designers, speak with other professionals about the Designers Hub, and just trying to get people get more awareness to the Designers Hub. So I do that on Fridays. And then I usually stop work on Fridays at like 5 or 6, depending on like what my workload looks like for that day. And then it's just family time after that. Since my husband is off, we try to do something with our daughter and. And then when we're done with that, mainly this whole entire rest of the day is like husband time and family time. And then I usually try to sneak in anything that I need to do for Alder and Stone. So if I need like invoicing, like if I have any leftover tasks that I didn't get done from the rest of the week, I'll do that once my daughter goes down for the night. And then Saturday and Sunday, my daughter is with me 24/7. I don't have her in any sort of like sitter or childcare or anything like that. And so I basically nurse all day long and we play and we do all the things. I do try to fit in like time with my friends on the weekends just because my husband doesn't work weekends. And so he can be with her while I go to breakfast with a friend, or if I want to go on a walk with a friend, he can be with her. And so I definitely either Saturday or Sunday try to fit in time with my friends. And then I spend the rest of the day with my daughter. And then I'll fit in some time with my husband on Saturdays. We'll either go on like a hike or a walk or go to the beach, or we go up to our property, or we'll go to like dinner with his family, or go watch football at my family's, like family time. And then I also like do stuff for my family. So there's like, I'll have lunch, grandparents, and things like that. So, and then also on the weekends, again, I try to make dinner since I'm not working, my husband's not working. I try to make dinner early, and so it's just off my plate. And I'm not like on Wednesdays and Saturdays when I'm like devoted to making dinner, like I'm putting energy towards making dinner. I'm like actually trying to make a meal. I'm not like throwing together like something, chicken nuggets or something. It's like, okay, on these 2 days, I'm actually going to try to make like food that I like and that my husband likes and that my daughter likes. Like I'm putting effort into it. I'm putting thought and intention into the meal. So I might make dinner on a Monday, but I'm throwing it together, spaghetti. We're calling it a day. So that's how Saturdays look. And then Sundays, I also work on my grandpa's house, like anything for my grandpa. I'll work on my sister's FAFSA, sister duties. I go hang out with my brother and sister. We might go fishing, anything like that. And then I also try on Sundays to get in a little bit more like self care time, a little bit more me time, and just be alone. I try to do something where I'm alone, where I'm not doing something for someone else. Sometimes my self care is working on my business. Sometimes my self care is, it could look like anything really, but I try to block out a couple of hours on Saturday or Sunday where I'm doing whatever the hell I want. So, and then back into motherhood, spending the rest of the day just hanging out with my child and raising her, and bath time and bedtime and doing all the times. And then Sunday nights, we usually watch a show, or now it's football season. So we're going to be watching football, the Seahawks, on Sundays, not at night, but during the day. Any house planning. So on any given day, I'm not expecting myself to like follow this to a T, but this is like a very natural look at how my week goes. Sometimes I might take Friday off and I might only work on like the house stuff and like the property. Since I do make my own schedule and I do work for myself, I can really mix and match and kind of have a little bit more control over my schedule, but this is how I manage everything in my life. And I don't manage everything in my life, quite frankly. I drown in tasks and I drown in just everything that I'm trying to accomplish and all of the different hats that I wear. And so that's like a whole issue in it of itself. But hopefully moving forward, I do know that like there are things that I want to add to my schedule, and then there's things that I need to take off, like, or add to my plate, and there's things that I want to take off my plate. And so a thing that I would like to add to my plate is working out. I don't work out. I just don't have time to work out. And like that's a fact. A lot of people say like, oh, if you don't have time, like you make time for what you like want to prioritize. I don't want to prioritize it right now. I have too much going on. I go on a ton of walks, so I'm getting out and I'm getting movement, but I would like to find a way to add working out. But in order to add something to my plate, I need to take something off my plate. And so I'm hoping I can close down my grandpa's estate and just take care of that and be done with that. And that should free up a couple of areas for me to be able to work out. But yeah, this is how I manage everything as a mom, a wife, a sister, a business owner, and being myself. Like this is how I fit it all in my schedule. And I don't think that you're meant to do everything every day. I don't. So I think that life is meant to be integrated. So like I don't know, like I need flexibility to be able to do all of this and to accomplish all of this. And so that's a very bird's eye view snapshot of my week. And I hope that it was helpful and encourages other moms who work and who own their own businesses that you can accomplish it and you can, I won't say that you can have everything and all of that stuff, but I think that like one day you're going to be the best business owner or the best employee, and then you might be lacking in motherhood. And then the next day you're going to be the best mom and be totally present, but you're going to be a suck employee. So it's just like it's more of like just a dance that happens to be able to run your life. And I think society tells you that you need to do it all, and we put that pressure on ourselves as moms that we need to do it all and be perfect and all this stuff. But no, it's like some days I'm not with my daughter all day long. That's a fact. And then some days I'm with her all day long, and that's okay. And I don't feel guilty about it. It's healthy. I think it's great. So if there's any questions, definitely leave a comment below and a like and subscribe.